Launch schedule for Falcon Heavy Mars cargo missions, 3 critical dates and projected costs by Q2 2025. Introduction. The Falcon Heavy, developed by SpaceX, is a heavy-lift launch vehicle known for its ability to carry substantial payloads into various orbits. As part of SpaceX's ambitious plans to expand its operations beyond Earth, the Falcon Heavy is set to play a crucial role in upcoming Mars cargo missions. This report outlines 3 critical dates in the launch schedule leading up to Q2 2025, along with the projected costs associated with these missions. 1. Key dates in the launch schedule. January 2025. The launch schedule for January showcases multiple Falcon 9 rocket launches, including missions for Starlink and various government contracts. SpaceX aims to maintain a high launch cadence, projecting between 175 to 180 launches throughout the year. The Falcon 9 has been instrumental in establishing SpaceX's reputation for reliability, achieving a remarkable success rate of 99.32% across 442 launches as of late January 2025. April 2025, a pivotal month for the Falcon Heavy, as it is expected to conduct significant missions, including the Griffin Mission for NASA. This mission focuses on lunar landings and represents a step towards future Mars explorations. The specifics of the recovery strategy for the central core of the Falcon Heavy during this mission are still under discussion, highlighting the complexities involved in heavy lift missions. Q2 2025, additional launches are scheduled during this quarter, featuring various payloads including military applications through Starshield satellites. These missions are part of a broader strategy to enhance capabilities in satellite communications and Earth observation, as well as to prepare for future Mars cargo missions. 2. Projected costs for Falcon Heavy Mars cargo missions. The projected costs associated with the Falcon Heavy Mars cargo missions are influenced by several factors, including the complexity of the missions, the nature of payloads, and the need for advanced technologies. The costs can be broadly categorized as follows. Launch costs. The cost of launching a Falcon Heavy can vary significantly based on the payload and mission requirements. SpaceX has publicly stated that the cost per launch for the Falcon Heavy is approximately $97 million. This base cost may increase depending on additional mission complexities such as payload modifications and recovery strategies. Development and integration costs. Developing payloads for Mars missions involves substantial investment in research, engineering, and testing. The expected cost for payload development can range from several million to over $100 million depending on the payload's sophistication. Operational costs. Each mission incurs operational costs related to ground support, mission planning, and logistics. These costs are typically a fraction of the total launch cost but can accumulate significantly over a series of missions. Total estimated cost. Considering the above factors, the total estimated cost for a series of Falcon Heavy Mars cargo missions could range from $500 million to over $1 billion depending on the number of missions, payloads, and additional mission-specific requirements. 3. Technological advancements and reusability. A hallmark of SpaceX's launch strategy is the emphasis on reusability. Both the Falcon 9 and Falcon Heavy leverage reusable technology, significantly reducing launch costs. The first stage boosters of the Falcon Heavy are designed to be recovered and reused, which can lead to substantial savings over time. This approach not only enhances the economic viability of space missions but also aligns with SpaceX's broader goals of making space travel more sustainable. Conclusion. The launch schedule for Falcon Heavy Mars cargo missions is critical for SpaceX's ambitions to establish a human presence on Mars. Key dates in January, April, and Q2 2025 signify important steps in achieving this goal, with projected costs reflecting the complexities and advancements involved in these missions. As SpaceX continues to innovate in the aerospace industry, the Falcon Heavy stands out as a vital component of future exploration efforts, underscoring the potential for reusable technology to transform the landscape of space travel. The launch schedule for Falcon Heavy Mars cargo missions by SpaceX reveals several intriguing aspects that stand out, particularly regarding counterintuitive elements of the space launch industry and the operational dynamics of SpaceX. Key insights and counterintuitive information. 1. High launch cadence versus projected costs. One might expect that an ambitious target of 175 to 180 launches in a single year 2025 would lead to significantly higher costs or operational strain. However, the advanced reusability technology employed by SpaceX, particularly the Falcon 9 and Falcon Heavy, allows for a remarkable reduction in costs. Each booster can be reused multiple times, which is counterintuitive since higher frequency in launches usually implies increased operational costs, but in this case, reusability drives costs down. 2. Success rate and reliability. SpaceX's Falcon 9 family boasts an astonishing success rate of 99.32%. This is counterintuitive considering that the aerospace industry is traditionally fraught with risks and failures. The high reliability challenges the notion that increased launch frequency often leads to a higher likelihood of failure, a common assumption in high-stakes industries. Instead, the consistent performance and ongoing improvements of the Falcon rockets have established a pattern of success. 3. The role of government contracts. While many might assume that government contracts are a significant source of revenue for aerospace companies, the substantial number of Starlink launches indicates that commercial contracts, especially for satellite deployment, can be equally or more lucrative. The Starlink program's rapid expansion and reliance on frequent launches highlight the evolving dynamics of commercial spaceflight, where private entities can generate massive revenue streams independently from governmental contracts. 4. Long-term vision versus immediate challenges. SpaceX's plans for Mars cargo missions hint at a grand vision for interplanetary travel. However, the logistics involved in achieving this, like maintaining a high launch cadence while ensuring reliability, pose immediate operational challenges. This juxtaposition of a long-term vision for space exploration against the backdrop of current operational realities presents a counterintuitive scenario where achieving future goals may require overcoming significant present-day logistical hurdles. 5. The significance of center core recovery. The ongoing discussion about the recovery strategy for the center core of the Falcon Heavy illustrates a counterintuitive aspect of space missions. While many might assume that every component of a launch vehicle should be recovered to maximize cost efficiency, the decision to expend the center core in certain launches reflects a strategic choice. It emphasizes mission profile optimization where the need for additional thrust or payload capacity may outweigh the benefits of recovery, showcasing a pragmatic approach to balancing costs and mission objectives. 6. Starlink's role in military applications. The integration of Starlink satellites for military applications, specifically the Starshield program, is a surprising twist considering that the initial public perception of Starlink was primarily as a consumer internet service. The dual-use nature of these satellites challenges the conventional view that commercial satellite networks and military applications are distinctly separate. This dual role can be seen as a strategic advantage for SpaceX, expanding their operational scope and marketability. 7. Environmental impact and public perception. The rapid deployment of Starlink satellites raises concerns about space debris and its environmental impact. While the overwhelming success of satellite launches may seem beneficial, it also invites scrutiny regarding sustainability in space operations. This presents a counterintuitive dilemma. Increasing the number of successful launches and satellite deployments simultaneously exacerbates the challenges of space debris management, which could lead to future operational risks. 8. Evolving launch sites and their implications. The use of multiple launch sites, including the Vandenberg Space Force Base, underlines a counterintuitive aspect of logistics in the space industry. One might expect that centralizing operations in a single location would streamline processes, but SpaceX's strategy to utilize various sites for different mission profiles increases operational flexibility. This adaptability allows SpaceX to optimize launch conditions, manage recovery logistics, and enhance readiness. which is not commonly pursued in traditional aerospace ventures. Conclusion: the Falcon Heavy Mars cargo missions and the broader operational strategies of SpaceX reveal numerous counterintuitive elements that challenge established norms in the aerospace industry. These include the interplay between high launch frequencies and reduced costs, the integration of commercial and military satellite applications, and the operational complexities associated with reusability and environmental considerations. As SpaceX continues to lead in launch cadence and reliability, these insights underscore the innovative and often unexpected dynamics shaping the future of space exploration. The report on the Falcon Heavy Mars cargo missions outlines critical dates and projected costs leading up to Q2 2025. While it provides a comprehensive overview of the Falcon 9 and Falcon Heavy systems, certain nuanced details may go unnoticed yet hold significant implications for understanding the broader context of SpaceX's operations and future missions. 1. The role of reusable technology. The report emphasizes the reusability of Falcon 9 and Falcon Heavy rockets, which is a cornerstone of SpaceX's strategy to reduce launch costs. However, it is significant to note how this technology impacts the launch market as a whole. Reusability not only lowers costs for SpaceX but also sets a precedent for the entire aerospace industry, pushing competitors to innovate and potentially leading to a paradigm shift in how space missions are planned and executed. The implications of this technology extend beyond financial savings. It fundamentally changes the frequency and reliability of launches, thus accelerating the timeline for missions related to exploration, satellite deployment, and potentially crewed missions to Mars. 2. Launch cadence and reliability statistics. The report mentions SpaceX's ambitious target of 175 to 180 launches in 2025 and highlights the impressive success rates of the Falcon 9 family. Yet the consistent achievement of high launch frequencies, coupled with the reliability of the Falcon 9 Block 5, illustrates the operational maturity of SpaceX. This level of reliability is crucial not just for commercial contracts but also for missions involving national security and international partnerships. Understanding the metrics of reliability helps stakeholders gauge the risks associated with depending on SpaceX for critical launches, including government and scientific missions. 3. Diverse payloads and strategic partnerships. The report outlines upcoming missions, including military applications like Starshield satellites for the U.S. government. The strategic partnership between SpaceX and government entities suggests a growing trend where commercial companies play a pivotal role in national security and defense space operations. This shift could lead to a redefinition of roles within the aerospace sector, whereby private entities take on responsibilities traditionally held by governmental organizations, influencing policy, regulation, and funding within the aerospace domain. 4. Impact of the Griffin mission. Scheduled for April 2025, the Griffin mission aims to deliver NASA's Viper rover to the lunar South Pole. While the report mentions the recovery strategy for the Falcon Heavy center core, the significance lies in the implications of such missions on lunar exploration and the Artemis program. Successful execution of the Griffin mission could pave the way for future lunar landings and establish a sustainable human presence on the Moon, serving as a precursor to crewed Mars missions. 5. Starlink's role in global connectivity. The report highlights the launch of Starlink satellites, which have become a significant part of SpaceX's mission profile. The ongoing expansion of the Starlink constellation has broader implications for global internet access, particularly in underserved areas. The integration of direct-to-cell capabilities in newer Starlink models can potentially change the telecommunications landscape, making internet access more ubiquitous. This development not only enhances SpaceX's business model but also positions the company as a critical player in global communications infrastructure. 6. Evolving launch sites. While the report mentions Vandenberg Space Force Base as a launch site, the strategic importance of multiple launch locations cannot be overstated. By utilizing different sites, SpaceX can optimize its launch schedules based on orbital requirements and minimize the risk of launch delays due to weather or technical issues. This flexibility enhances operational efficiency and could be vital for meeting the increasing demand for satellite launches and interplanetary missions. 7. Long-term vision for Mars missions. The report briefly touches on the Falcon Heavy Mars cargo missions, but the long-term vision of these missions is essential. SpaceX's goal of establishing a human presence on Mars is not just about the technology of launch vehicles but involves a complex interplay of logistics, sustainability, and international collaboration. The success of initial missions will likely inform future designs and operational strategies for sustaining life on Mars, influencing both private and public investments in space exploration. 8. Cost projections. The projected costs leading up to Q2 2025 may seem straightforward, but they reflect broader economic trends and the competitive landscape of the aerospace industry. Cost efficiency in launching payloads is paramount, especially as new entrants emerge in the space industry. Monitoring these projections can provide insights into how SpaceX might adjust its pricing strategy in response to market conditions affecting the pricing landscape for satellite launches and space missions. In conclusion, while the report provides a structured overview of Falcon Heavy Mars cargo missions, the nuanced implications of the data presented, including the importance of reusability, strategic partnerships, and the evolving landscape of space exploration, are critical to understanding the future trajectory of space missions and the role of commercial entities like SpaceX in shaping that future. Here are the 4 most valuable points from the content regarding the Falcon Heavy Mars cargo missions, which can be further analyzed and discussed. 1. Launch schedule and milestones. The launch schedule outlines 3 critical dates leading up to Q2 2025, including launches already underway in January 2025, significant missions like the Griffin mission for NASA in April 2025, and additional launches with diverse payloads in Q2 2025. Each of these dates represents a strategic milestone in Falcon Heavy's mission to Mars, showcasing the careful planning and execution that SpaceX applies in its operations. Understanding the implications of these dates for mission success, technological readiness, and logistical challenges can provide insight into the complexities of space missions. 2. Cost efficiency through reusable technology. The emphasis on reusable technology in both Falcon 9 and Falcon Heavy is a cornerstone of SpaceX's strategy to reduce costs. The significant success rates achieved with reused boosters not only demonstrate the operational reliability of these technologies but also emphasize how reusability can transform the economics of space travel. An in-depth analysis can explore the financial impacts of reusability on mission budgets, the potential for increased launch frequency, and how these factors could influence future space exploration initiatives. 3. Launch success rates. With a success rate of 99.32% for the Falcon 9 family, the reliability of SpaceX as a launch provider is a critical aspect of its reputation. The high success rates not only instill confidence in potential customers but also reflect the rigorous testing and quality assurance processes behind each launch. Discussing the factors contributing to these success rates, including engineering innovations and operational practices, can provide a comprehensive view of how SpaceX maintains its competitive edge in the aerospace industry. 4. Strategic partnerships and payload variety. The integration of various payloads for military applications, commercial satellites, and NASA missions highlights the versatility of Falcon Heavy. This strategic approach not only broadens SpaceX's market reach but also enhances its role in supporting national and global space objectives. Analyzing the implications of these partnerships, including potential geopolitical ramifications and benefits to scientific research, can reveal the broader impact of SpaceX's activities on international space policies and collaborations. These points serve as a foundation for a deeper discussion on the operational, economic, and strategic dimensions of SpaceX's Falcon Heavy Mars cargo missions and their potential impact on the future of space exploration. Famous historical cases related to space missions and launch schedules. 1. Apollo 11 Mission 1969. The Apollo 11 mission is one of the most iconic and significant events in space history. Launched on July 16, 1969, it was the first manned mission to land on the Moon with astronauts Neil Armstrong, Buzz Aldrin, and Michael Collins aboard. On July 20, Armstrong and Aldrin successfully landed the lunar module Eagle on the lunar surface while Collins orbited above in the command module Columbia. The mission included meticulous planning and precise scheduling, involving multiple stages and extensive coordination with NASA's mission control. The successful landing and return of the astronauts marked a historic achievement in human space exploration and showcased the possibilities of space travel. 2. Space Shuttle Program 1981 to 2011. NASA's Space Shuttle program is another notable example of complex launch scheduling and operations in space exploration. The program, which spanned 30 years, included 135 missions, with the first launch occurring on April 12, 1981 with the STS-1 mission. The shuttle fleet was used for various purposes, including deploying satellites, conducting scientific research, and assembling the International Space Station ISS. Each mission required careful planning with launch windows based on orbital mechanics, weather conditions, and technical readiness. The program faced challenges, including the tragedies of Challenger in 1986 and Columbia in 2003, which impacted future scheduling and safety protocols. 3. Mars Exploration Rover Spirit and Opportunity 2003. The twin Mars rover Spirit and Opportunity were launched on June 10 and July 7, 2003, respectively, as part of NASA's Mars Exploration Rover mission. These missions aimed to explore the Martian surface, searching for signs of past water and evaluating the planet's geological history. The launch schedule was critical, as both rovers needed to take advantage of a specific alignment of Earth and Mars to ensure an efficient journey. Spirit landed on Mars on January 4, 2004, while Opportunity touched down on January 25, 2004. Both rovers exceeded their expected lifespans, providing valuable data and insights about Mars for years, significantly contributing to our understanding of the planet and paving the way for future missions. These historical cases highlight the importance of precise launch scheduling, mission planning, and execution in the realm of space exploration. Paralleling the intricacies involved in the upcoming Falcon Heavy Mars cargo missions slated for 2025. Future outlook: Falcon Heavy Mars cargo missions and launch schedule 2025. As we look into the future of SpaceX's Falcon Heavy Mars cargo missions, particularly leading up to Q2 2025, we can anticipate significant developments based on current launch schedules, technological advancements, and the evolving landscape of space exploration. Key predictions. 1. Increased launch cadence. By the end of 2025, SpaceX is projected to conduct between 175 to 180 launches, significantly increasing its operational tempo compared to previous years. This aggressive launch schedule is fueled by the growing demand for satellite deployments, especially for the Starlink and Starshield programs, as well as commitments to government contracts. 2. Falcon Heavy's role. The Falcon Heavy is set to play a critical role in various upcoming missions, including the Griffin lunar mission for NASA. The anticipated recovery strategy for the Falcon Heavy center core is still under discussion, but successful recovery of this core would mark a significant milestone in reusable rocket technology, enhancing mission cost-effectiveness. 3. Cost projections. The projected costs for Falcon Heavy missions are likely to remain competitive, particularly due to the reusability of its components. As SpaceX continues to refine its recovery processes, the cost per launch is expected to decrease, making spaceflight more accessible for both commercial and governmental clients. 4. Technological innovations. With each launch, SpaceX incorporates lessons learned from previous missions, leading to refinements in rocket design and operational procedures. By Q2 2025, we can expect enhancements in Falcon Heavy's payload capacity and reusability features, driven by ongoing R&D efforts, particularly in the areas of booster recovery and engine performance. 5. Expansion of Starlink and Starshield. The integration of Starlink and Starshield satellites into Falcon Heavy missions will likely continue, with an emphasis on expanding global internet coverage and providing secure communications for military applications. The anticipated launch of additional Starlink satellites, particularly the V2 mini versions, will enhance the network's capabilities, especially in remote areas. 6. Interplanetary missions. The Mars cargo missions are set to advance with a series of planned launches. By 2025, SpaceX aims to establish a foundational logistics network to support future manned missions to Mars. This will involve launching not only cargo but also infrastructure necessary for sustainable human presence on Mars. 7. International collaboration. As the Artemis program and other international space initiatives progress, SpaceX is expected to engage in more collaborative missions with global space agencies. This can include payload delivery for lunar exploration and collaborations in satellite deployment for Earth observation and scientific research. 8. Regulatory and safety developments. With the increasing frequency of launches, SpaceX will likely face heightened scrutiny regarding safety and environmental impacts. The company will need to navigate these challenges effectively to maintain its launch cadence while ensuring compliance with regulatory standards. 9. Market competition. The competitive landscape for launch services will continue to evolve with emerging players in the commercial launch industry. SpaceX's ability to maintain its lead will depend on its continued innovation, reliability, and customer service. Summary. The next few years promise to be transformative for SpaceX and its Falcon Heavy Mars cargo missions, with a focus on increased launch frequency, cost-effective solutions, and advanced technological developments. As the aerospace landscape evolves, SpaceX is positioned to play a pivotal role in both national and international space exploration efforts, particularly with its ambitious plans for Mars and beyond. The keys to success will lie in continued innovation, strategic partnerships, and effective regulatory navigation, all of which will shape the future of space transportation and exploration.